Hola, can you guys see me? Hey, can you guys see me? Someone type. Can you see or hear me? I think something's not working. Hey, can someone let me know if you can see me? Because on my end it says something's wrong. So, can you see me? Can you hear me? Oh, cool. Great. That's weird. My thing is saying crazy stuff on my end. I gotta figure that out. Um, Hello, everybody. Greetings from Honduras. Let the questions start flowing through. Oh boy. There we go. I can see myself now. Nice. So yeah, what can I start this by saying? This is an open Q&A format. Ask me anything. It's been a wild week with everything going on social media wise. No, I have not tried any animal products. Absolutely not. I am just, in terms of I've always, this whole time, even throughout talking about doing an experiment, I've remained just as vegan, like in terms of how I feel about the world and how I feel about nutrition. This was simply giving people who have a very different ideology than me the benefit of the doubt and doing an experiment on behalf of them, my ex vegan and carnivore friends. So I haven't changed as a vegan at all. And in terms of actually eating, I have not eaten any animal products, period, in the last 6.5 years. Absolutely not. I would never do that to you guys. Like, the whole point of this experiment would have been to document the whole thing very transparently to see what happens when a successful vegan eats animal products. But I decided not to do it. I'm happy. Yeah. And let me know. Someone send me a comment down below. Is the audio resolution okay? Because it looks like the video resolution's pretty glitchy. I don't know how to fix that. It might just be because the Wi-Fi sucks here. But some people tell me if the audio works, please. Is Maggie resting? Maggie is resting under the bed right now. I'm in a hotel room. It's actually not a shitty night, but I had a couch surfing host, a local family set up for tonight, and I get into town and they hadn't sent me the location of their house, and I wait until the sun starts going down and I'm messaging them and they fucking didn't get back to me until I already bought a hotel room, so I was just stranded out there in the middle of this town in Honduras. And then they messaged me like 2 hours later, so I might stay with them tomorrow, but I'm in a cheap, like $15 hotel room tonight in a big city of Choluteca, Honduras. Seems like she never stops. Yeah, Maggie's an absolute beast, although she's been resting mainly on these biking days because it's extremely hot out here. Greetings from BC. Yo. Tess wants to see me eat meat for 30 days. As of now, I'm not going to do it, but cool. Okay, audio's good. Audio's good. Great. All right. Ask more questions. Let's get into this. Anything about my lifestyle, about my aspirations in life, about how I feel about veganism or animal rights, how I feel about the ex vegan situation. Ask me anything on your mind. I'm the most open book ever. $15 is so cheap. Yeah, I mean, this part of the world, if you live anywhere like Canada, the US, England, places like that, I mean, it blows your mind how cheap it is here. You can eat 3,000 calories a day of the most local, delicious, sweet fruits and vegetables for $5 a day and get a hotel room with Wi Fi, shower, uh, air conditioning for $15 a night. It's insane. And like the last 3 nights, I've slept 100% for free because I stayed with local families. So when you average all that out, plus my camping, I probably on average on this whole trip pay like $5 to sleep per night on average in total because of all the free sleeps I have. Um, and just, a few things to say here, like, yeah, it's an open book. I want to answer anything. Don't be afraid to ask me any questions. I really want to interact with you guys and share my opinion and experience and all of that. And there's this thing called Super Chat where you can donate some money if you support me. If you watch my videos, if you get inspired by my Instagram, fully transparent here. I make like $100 a month on my YouTube Google ads these days. So bumping that up just at all gives me a lot more security in terms of being able to do stuff. So if you do want to support me, donate a buck or two of a super chat. I'll make sure to give you a shout out and answer your question in depth. Um, and other than that, just ask away. Happy to be here. And oh my God, how is your head incision? So yeah, I got this infection over here on my head about 4 months ago from like a mosquito bite that a parasite, maybe in a river I was swimming in or camping, entered into the opening in the skin in my head and lived in there for about a month until I went to a proper doctor who diagnosed it and gave me a pill that kills the parasite. And then it came out a few days later, but the infection was still there. And guys, I have been to 5 doctors in 3 different countries, and I still have a small infection there. It's been insane. A doctor cut open the skin and drained it. It won't go away, and I'm like nervous about it. It's really rough out here. The medication and the doctors are just not the same quality, and it's driving me crazy. It's manageable. Like it doesn't hurt or anything. There's just a little pocket of pus that just won't go away even when I drain it and squeeze it, and a doctor like cut it open, and it just like I haven't fully solved it. It's been like 4 months. It's been a really fucking weird, scary thing. Although I don't think it's that dangerous because it hasn't affected me, at least in the meantime. But my plan is I get to Managua, Nicaragua in a week, and I'm going to go to another hospital there and just see if they have any recommendations of how to just put this puppy to bed. But it's not that bad. Right now, it's just like a little pocket of pus that does leak if I press on it, and it's trying to scab over, but I want to get all the shit out. It's fucked up, man. It's crazy. Are you going to do the challenge? As of now, no. I do not plan on doing it, but am I open to it? Of course. That's been one of the whole things of this conversation is that I am open. I'm an open person. Like, I think that a vegan diet is best for health, it's best for the animals, and it's best for the environment. Am I 100% sure, 100% on those 3 things? No, it's just how I feel right now based on the science and my own experience. But is there a chance in the world that there could be proof later in the nutrition research that 10% of calories from animal products is optimal for human health? There's obviously a possibility in the realm of existence that happens, but until that happens, I don't feel the need to test it. I want to eat what humans are supposed to eat, and I think that we thrive on plants, and it just so happens it's best for the animals, and I love animals so much and don't want to contribute to their harm, so I'm vegan. But this whole experiment was like to surrender my beliefs for just a second nutritionally and honor that some of these ex-vegans and people who message me every day on Instagram, people who follow me, saying, hey, I thought I was super healthy as a vegan, but then I ate some animal products and I feel so much better after developing some health issues, but I haven't developed the health issues, so I have no reason right now to try it, especially because people like my friend Gitas tried eating animal products, and he documented it on YouTube after he did it and said he didn't even feel any different. So if I can take those examples, I'd rather not have to eat animal products and contribute to that myself. But this whole conversation has been a lot bigger, talking about sustainability, me talking about ways that some people do eat meat in their diet that are actually more ethical and sustainable than a standard industrial food vegan diet. It's so complex, and we can get into that if I see someone ask me. I can explain more. But I have not eaten animal products. I'm still just as vegan as before in my heart and also in my food. 100% vegan. Go watch my Insta stories. Go watch the food that I eat. Oh, I had an amazing dinner I cooked on my camping stove outside of my hotel room. Sweet potatoes, all just cooked in water, no oil. And this is what Maggie eats as well, just different portions. Like I put oil in hers and more flax seeds and more beans and less on like the veggies and starches, but she still eats veggies and starches. Just dogs need more protein and fat. But we ate sweet potatoes and garbanzo beans and cabbage and broccoli and carrots and nutritional yeast. And I ate avocado and I ate a pineapple. Oh, it was good. It was so good. Um, I've been vegan for 2 months and my girlfriend's not vegan, and I tried a little bit of animal products. I don't find a difference. Good to know. That's so excellent that you did that. You didn't find a difference. I don't need to do it either. My parents are in the chat. That's cool. Don't let that sway your guys' questions. You can still ask any gnarly questions you want. A good boy. I'm proud of you. Nice. Audio's good. Sounds okay. How's your decision? Wow, I'm going through the questions. This is awesome. Living in alignment. What do you think that most vegans can't accept that some people? Why do you think most vegans can't accept that some people feel better eating some animal products? Why do they always say ex-vegans did something wrong? This is an amazing question. I'm going to go off on this question right now. So, and it's so nuanced. It's so complex. There's some truth to people saying that most ex-vegans probably did something wrong, and then there's a chance that some of them need animal products. It's like we don't know. At the end of the day, we don't know because we're not there watching everybody eat every morsel of food. But there's a trend with ex-vegans. Most ex-vegans are body image obsessed, have had done water fasting or calorie restriction or some eating disorder behavior, have been like orthorexia, been obsessed with nutrition, kind of flip-flopped on like different kinds of vegan diets, over exercise. There is a trend. And then people like Happy Healthy Vegan or myself or so many other YouTubers that are not ex-vegans, there's also a trend with those people who stay vegan, which is that they're super chill. They're not afraid to eat a veggie burger or nutritional yeast or soy milk once in a while. And we're just like a bit more balanced and not as like performance based. But I live such a high performance lifestyle. If it wasn't working for me, guys, think about it. And I'm naked, so I don't want to disturb anybody. So I'm going to be very careful with my camera. It's hot out here. I bike on a heavy ass bike, ungodly heavy. It weighs as much as me, over mountains 10,000 feet sometimes above sea level, with my dog, eating just plants. If it wasn't working, my lifestyle, I would be so depleted. I would feel like shit. And I eat a very balanced, healthy diet, and it works for me. But so I think there is something to it that there's a chance that some ex-vegans were doing it wrong. But then I know some other vegans who were doing it probably right, who also got some health issues and then tried eating some animal products and felt better. So if there's a person who legitimately has tried everything within the vegan realm to do, had serious health issues like brain fog, lack of energy, not getting their period, losing hair, whatever it is, and then they eat animal products and like very quickly see benefits, I don't see how you could say to that person that they should continue being vegan when they're struggling so hard. Like, But and so why do I think that some vegans can't accept it? It's the concept of identity politics. If you know what that means, go look it up. Tribalism is another way to explain it. Because veganism is such a hardcore community and most human beings aren't vegan, we get very obsessed with wearing the vegan badge. I'm obsessed with it too, but I really believe in veganism. So, and I do it from a completely scientific basis and emotional basis of how I feel the world should work, which is why I have Friends Not Food right here. And it has worked for me so well for the last 6.5 years. I'm so confident in it. But I also honor that there is a chance that some bodies are different and do better on eating 10% of calories from animal products. Now, do I think what Elise and Drew Morg are doing, eating a carnivore diet, do I think that's smart? There's no way that that is healthy. And they will say, no, it is healthy. We just don't have the science yet. It's all wrong that we think that a plant-based diet is best. They can think that if they just emotionally feel that way, but the best science we have in the world from people who aren't even vegan, like the American Heart Association, American Dietetic Association, Cleveland Clinic, they all advocate through their research in treating patients that a diet low in animal products and high in plants and fiber is best for longevity and preventing so many diseases. So just a diet of all red meat, which has so much association with heart disease, and fish, which has so much cholesterol and toxins from being in the ocean. There's just no way that's a good diet long term. So I don't accept that. I think what they're doing is really stupid, but I do accept that there's some people who see immediate benefits of eating small amount of animal products in their diet. And the reason that some people can't accept that is because they're tribal and they're not thinking critically, and they like to live in a world where it's like a very safe, secure box that is like black and white instead of gray, and they just wear the vegan badge and it becomes their religion and their identity, and anything breaking out of it is just terrible to them. So that's why. Will you go on any more carnivore live streams? I want to go on all of them. They won't have me on. Bobby's Perspective said he won't have me on. Primal Edge Health, I doubt will have me on. He said he might, and then he's also said he won't have me on. So I want to be on all of them. What is the ginger vegan lady crazy? I missed the story. Why is she crazy? So because I proposed the idea as a successful vegan to give these carnivores the benefit of the doubt and try eating animal products for 30 days, she thought that that just meant that I don't care about animals. And by the way, I was going to kill one chicken, which this was a big part of my argument that some vegans couldn't wrap their head around. I live on a bicycle. I don't buy gasoline. I haven't been on a plane in the last 20 months. I buy local food. An industrial vegan diet, meaning rice and beans and imported bananas and vegan Ben & Jerry's ice cream, like a city dweller, that might be you as a vegan. That's been me as a vegan in the past too, plus someone who drives a car and eats that way. It's just a fact that you are contributing to more deaths of sentient beings just by living your life, even as a vegan, than I am living my lifestyle, which is super low impact and sustainable. So if you think about that, and people who are driving every day and buying industrial food still call themselves vegan and think they're great vegans, but they're contributing to so many more deaths of sentient beings than I am. If I killed one chicken in order to do a very important experiment, which is to test for my personal health how my body reacted to 10% of calories from animal products, that seemed very reasonable to me. After being vegan for 6.5 years, I think if you have curiosity that there might be a diet for your health that's a little better than what you're doing, and I don't think that eating animal products is healthier. I am open to the idea of testing it, because imagine our world if we didn't test our worldview. We'd still think that all the planets in the sun revolve around the earth. We would think that there are witches. I mean, we always have to test our theories. So I was open to that, and the ginger lady just came out trying to slander the shit out of me, saying that I'm a scam artist for offering retreats in my accountability partner program, which has been life changing and transformative to every single person who is in the program. And I'm just offering services that you don't have to buy. All my shit is free. You guys know how hard I work. I've been sleeping like 6 hours or less a night because I'm making posts, I'm editing videos, and I barely get paid for the work that I do. So she was just trying to slander me, but then I didn't even know her, and then it turned out like a bunch of people were saying, dude, she's like a known fucking weirdo troll. Don't even give her attention. And I was like, okay, it's all good. Um, it's insane. You say they don't take advantage of the fresh produce and are sick eating meat and cola. Yeah, one of the crazy, disturbing parts about traveling here in Central America is that there is so much access to the cheapest and healthiest food ever out here. Like the cheapest foods that they sell everywhere are rice, beans, corn tortillas, and fruit is almost free. I mean, pineapples and watermelons you have to buy, but they're $1 or $2 each, and just as much as the fucking chicken food that they're fried chicken that they're buying in Coca Colas. And mangoes are free here. Literally, the last few countries I've been in, Guatemala, El Salvador, and ooh, uh, did something happen? Is it still connected? We are receiving data from. Yeah. Someone let me know that. Oh, yeah. I don't know what's happening with the live stream. It might be going in and out. I hope it's okay. Can I get some more thumbs up if the connection is good and you guys can hear me? Because on my end, it's doing crazy things. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me good. So someone say you can hear me and see me, and I will trust you. But yeah, people eat really shitty diets here. Um, there's not enough video to maintain smooth streaming, it says. Oh, weird, man. Damn it. Fucking internet out here. Killing me. Trying to do these live streams and absolutely killing me. Yeah, it freezes sometimes. Bummer. Yeah, there's nothing I can really do, I don't think. Uh, where was I? Where was I? Just want to see if I can, like, uh, put the resolution down, maybe. That'll help with the quality. Video. I don't know. There's nothing I can do. Just if something crazy happens and it glitches out, I'll just trust that you guys will let me know in the chat. Um. So yeah, mangoes are free here, and oh my, I feel like it's frozen again. I feel like you guys can't hear me. I guess I'll just keep talking. So, but yeah, people choose to eat really terrible food, and these are some of the most obese countries in the world down here: Mexico and Guatemala. The average diet of just the average person that I meet probably eats in the morning. I mean, it's just a lot of fried food. It's just a lot of French fries. It's a lot of Coca Cola. It's a lot of sugary drinks. People eat chips because essentially every small village, like most people's jobs, if you live in a small village, is just selling like chips and sodas. God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna try to put the computer closer to, but I'm naked. I don't want to disturb anybody. Okay, how's that? Service might be better coming over here. Fuck. Okay, I'm going to walk over closer to the Wi-Fi, and maybe that will help. So give me a second. I'm staying in the stream, I promise. Give me 1 second, though. One second. I'm going to go walk over, get closer to the Wi-Fi in this hotel. All right. Okay. Is this any better? Let me know, guys, down in the comments if this is any better. I just moved closer to the Wi-Fi. Okay, answering back to the questions, yes. The local diet here of the local people is generally not very healthy. There's a lot of processed foods. There's not a ton of meat. I mean, some people eat a ton of meat, but a lot of people just eat a lot of fried food. Refried beans, chips, soda, some fruit. No one's just carbing. I don't see anyone who's vegetarian or vegan who are just carbing up on tons of good fruits and vegetables purely. It's just not something I see often, unfortunately. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. We will answer more questions now. Do you think you would actually be able ethically and spiritually to eat meat for a month? No judgment, just asking. Absolutely, I'd be able to do it because, as I've justified a million times, it would involve killing one animal, one chicken, and then eating just some eggs. And if you're a vegan and you live in a city and you drive a car, like a personal car, and you fly on a plane sometimes, and you buy imported industrial food, you are killing way more innocent beings than I am with the lifestyle that I'm living. So it'd be very easy if you call yourself a vegan and drive a car and go on an airplane in the last year and eat some vegan ice cream. I'm not shaming you, but living on a bicycle as I do and eating local food, I am killing so many less innocent beings. So to do an important test like this, to test the vegan diet, because you have to think about this. I've never tested a vegan diet as a vegan. I've always just stayed vegan, so I don't know what it's like to introduce animal products again after only eating plants. So I could definitely justify killing one animal in order to do a 30-day experiment that would impact how I continue to live my whole life. If it turns out that I feel just as good or worse, I could remain vegan forever and not have to test it. And if I felt better, I'd want to know that information, that my diet wasn't making me feel my best. I would want to know that. So I could definitely justify it for sure. And that's just my opinion, and I want to hear, do you disagree with that? Why do you think all traditional people had animal foods in their diet? Because we didn't have the information. That's like the most basic thing ever. The studies to prove that animal products increase risk of heart disease only started 100 years ago. And also in terms of people just having to eat to survive, it was a completely different time. Animal products are dense in calories, so to kill an animal and eat it is going to give you a lot more security than having to find berries for a month. But now that we have access to plants and we can eat plant-based, it can be it's much healthier. That's what the science shows us. Check out Vegetable Police. Was vegan for 10 years for health, carnivore for the last 10 months. You should do a video with him. He's from Toronto. Yeah, I've actually never really watched his videos, so I will. Have you gotten through any of the locals to make any sort of connection? Absolutely. Every single day I talk to at least somebody, usually multiple people. Today I talked to multiple people about veganism. And I don't know if they go vegan after that, but I talk to a lot of kids when we're playing with Maggie, and I tell them about why I'm vegan, and I show them my abs and my muscles, and I say that you could be so strong. So yes, I've absolutely impacted people. Of course, I don't know because I don't follow up with them because I meet so many new people. Most ex-vegans are under-eating or were only vegan because they had orthorexia. There is some consistency to that, although it's not fully true, because people like my buddy Evan Rock was definitely into animal rights and stuff like that, but had some weird eating issues. What kind of music do you like? I like so much. Like right now I'm listening to a lot of Passion Pit. I'm always listening to Nako and Medicine for the People. I like some electronic like Grum. I like Fleet Foxes. I like the Decemberists. I like Led Zeppelin. I like Bob Dylan. I like reggae. I really listen to everything. I've seen Vegetable Police. He's always suffering from something, it seems. Yeah, there's some people who are just obsessed with saying they have health issues. Hi, Jackson. Do you have a video? Oh, this is my friend Alibaba. Do you have a video on what you have in your packs for this trip? Yes, I do. I made it in Ensenada, Mexico, which means it would be February or early March of 2018. Go to my YouTube channel and I have videos. No, yeah, of 2018, February or March, and I have videos of everything that's kind of in my packs. Although it changes sometimes. I get more things, get rid of some things. Changes a little bit, but dude, as soon as you get to Costa Rica, get your head checked. They have optimal health care, for sure. Just press the wound with a hot knife. It's not that simple. I've tried so many things. It's nice that you're vegan and so open in the same way. Thank you. Yes, Vegetable Police had colitis. His views went from 12 to 110,000 when he switched to carnivore. That's crazy. What people will do for money if that's why he switched. Like Nikocado avocado. I think you are opening to do the experiment. You should get it backed by scientists or something that would legitimize it. Well, the science shows that even adding 1 egg per day or even a half an egg to your diet increases like anywhere from 5 to 10% of risk of heart disease later. So the science shows us that we should have zero animal products in our diet, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. And hey, my buddy Adam Waddington, who I don't want to call him out here because I haven't asked him to say publicly, but he's a friend of mine that I'm working with who is doing something really profound and epic right now, and I'm so proud of him. And he's just, I wish I could fully share it with you guys, but it's private. But he gave me $5 in the super chat. That's awesome. Every dollar that you guys donate is just adding for Maggie and I to eat good fruits, to be able to make videos, to get hotel rooms like this, to do more live streams. So I really appreciate the super chats, and thank you so much, Adam. And if you get inspired by what I do, I barely make money with my content. It's mainly all free to get the message out. So a little donation would be awesome if you're able to, if you want to. Yo, buddy, how the hell are you? Okay, question. Do you see eating free animal products as not vegan if there's no effect on the industry? That's an amazing question, and it's nuanced. Free is not specific enough. So if you eat meat that has been thrown in the trash or is roadkill, that's 100% vegan from an ethical perspective. If you see someone throwing meat in a trash can and walking away, and that trash can is going to go to a landfill, if you eat that chicken, you're not contributing to the animal agriculture industry whatsoever. Now, if you go to a store or someone's house and they offer you animal products for free, that is not vegan, because that's still going to play into supply and demand, where they are going to have to then get more animal products because you just took some animal products. So the only fully ethical way to eat meat would be fully ethical, and not contributing to the industry or anything, would be to get it out of a trash can or to eat roadkill. But even accepting meat from someone is not vegan, because they're going to still have to buy more because you took some. Do you get lonely on the road? Lisa says. Yes, absolutely. I don't get lonely in the sense that, like, I'm always around people. Like, there's people in this hotel. I talk to, honestly, too many people every day. It's exhausting. Everyone down here is seeing this white dude with tattoos and a dog biking, and they just demand my attention and want to talk to me, which I understand, but it's really exhausting. So I talk to a lot of people, but the lonely aspect is that my nights are kind of mostly always alone unless I'm couch surfing, and even the people I'm talking to, they don't know me. So it's all surface level kind of conversation, and it is lonely. I don't have those people to get deep with right away who are my friends consistently. And I'm looking to find a woman that could potentially turn into a relationship to come and join me. So if any of you ladies out there are vegan as fuck and like tattoos and like yoga and are really chill and want to come travel with me and live the bike life, I promise we don't even bike that much. It's not physically too hard. It's like we can rest a lot. And if you want, just sneak into the DMs on my Instagram, and hopefully you can come try it out for a month and join me. Zebby Fruity, who's been a commenter and viewer of mine for so many years, does it seem most of the ExVegans have GI issues that were never assessed or treated properly? It does seem like that. It does. Some of the ExVegans were fruitarian, sure, but I was fruitarian and I did fine. Lisa says, hi Jackson, filming, sharing your life every day motivate you to keep going on your trip. If you weren't sharing to the audience, would you still live your life in that way? So yes, I would, because I daily vlogged for the first 6 months of this trip, but then I got so burnt out, and I was also abusing marijuana a little too much, and I stopped making videos at all, and I still was just as stoked about my lifestyle. In fact, I was just like, yeah, I don't want to work as hard. I'm just tired of YouTube. I'm not getting paid enough. And I got a little bit bitter for a tiny bit about not putting out as much content. In the last month or two, being sober and with the ExVegan stuff, I've gotten so much more inspiration to make videos, and that's why I'm doing it now. But I would absolutely still be living this way if I didn't make content at all. But it also, even through the hard parts, it does help that I have so many people, you guys, who are watching it and like to see it. And that does help me just stay motivated in the hard times, whether it's physically hard or emotionally hard, to keep going. So I appreciate you guys. Um, I can tell from your recent videos that you're very committed to veganism. Do you think it's wired in your being? It's 100% wired in my being. My parents are watching the chat, I think, and they will attest to this. I've been obsessed with animals since the day I was born. All I cared about growing up was animals. I didn't care about cars or guns or video games. I read books about reptiles. I chased lizards outside. I got a ton of pets, which I now don't condone at all because I know as a vegan that's the worst way to express your love to animals. But back then, when I was 10 years old, I didn't know. So I've loved animals for my entire life. It is my deep, deep passion to do the best for animals. Elise is full of crap. Elise is my friend. I think she's smart. She clearly has she's built an amazing business, but I think she is being misled and that there's some stuff that she's full of crap. You can't deny it. There's some contradictions she's made from her previous videos in the past to now that are just too out of alignment. No pun intended. If they have candida, those need treatment, vegan or not. True. Drew likes meat. That is true. Yes, meat eaters do have all those issues. We have a question from Oscar in Spanish. Que tengas que hacer un poco el tiempo y dinero en otra. What that means is, what do you have to do to get a little money in the time, or to get a little time and money to the other? I don't know what you mean by that. I wonder how you would do if you followed through with the experiment. That's the big question. I won't know how my body reacts to a little bit of eggs and meat for a month. I won't know until I try it. That's why I'm still like 1% open to the idea. Because, guys, think about it. I ate animal products for the first 19 years of my life, and I haven't eaten them for the last 6.5 years. If you're curious about something like your personal health, even if it involves eating animals, I think you have the right to test it for 30 days and move forward from there. But I've just convinced myself, not convinced, I've read enough research to show that even adding a little animal products is really not healthy for you. And the carnivores and ex-vegans will say that's outdated science, that's biased, whatever. I think it's legit, the science I've seen, so I don't want to do it, and I perform so highly. If my diet was not optimal, I couldn't be biking like this with my heavy bike and building muscle and feeling good. It wouldn't happen. So I'm convinced what I'm doing is great, but I also honor that I won't know for sure until I try it. You don't know. What are your plans after your bike trip? Have you considered van life? No, I don't want to do van life. I don't like spending time in cars. That's never been attractive to me at all. I know exactly what I'm doing after this trip. This trip, I am looking for the country that I want to live in most, and I am going to buy land immediately after this trip. It's probably going to be in Mexico or somewhere around there, and I'm going to build an off-grid, fully sustainable home to build a family, and I'm going to have an epic organic fruit farm to live there, and I'm also going to build a retreat center and offer vegan yoga retreats for all of you guys for a few times a year if you want to come for a week and experience my life living on an off-grid organic fruit farm. That is what I'm going to be doing after this trip, and I'm going to live zero waste, and it's going to be all solar, natural spring water, because I'm that passionate about sustainability, for real, and harming as few beings by not contributing to the industrial food system. It's my passion. Recommendation of low animal product base on saturated fat, less than 10% calories. That's not an important limit for many metabolically healthy people. Okay. The magical nutrient and what's the magical nutrient animal products? That's what I'm saying. The best nutritionists in the world and scientists say that there's no essential products in animal foods that you can't get from plants, but these stupid ass carnivores will say that it's cholesterol that's the magic ingredient, when we know that eating dietary cholesterol and saturated fat increases your risk of heart disease. Fucking stupid. And cholesterol is not found in any plant foods. Shanti, best name ever. I want to name my daughter Shanti, if I ever have a daughter. I hope so. There is no badge of honor here whatsoever. Come on. It's all about no violence, peace for all. The tribal talk is crap. Bullshit. This is how tribalism is clearly real in the vegan community. There are vegans who factually are more violent and contribute to more animal suffering by buying industrial food than someone who is living out in the middle of nowhere and has a veggie garden and kills 5 large animals per year to eat. That person who's hunting wild animals and not contribute to industrial food is killing less sentient beings than your average vegan. So that proves, if you're not willing to admit that there are some ways to eat animal products that are even more ethical than being fully vegan, if you do it 100% wild animals or just like 100% local and you're not buying industrial food, if you don't think that's true, you are a tribal, unscientific vegan and you're contributing to more animal violence than that other person. I was vegan for 4 years, and 6 months ago I ate salmon, eggs, feta cheese, and everything with my PCOS is better. I don't feel like shit. I have my periods back. For now, I'm doing vegetarian, vegan, keto. There's an example, guys. I mean, I would never say to Catherine, no, don't go back to feeling good. Go back to feeling like shit. What are we going to say to her? Like, maybe some people are different. She was vegan for 4 years. I guarantee she tried a bunch of different vegan diets to see what works. So it's really complicated. We don't know. I would not shame anyone for trying something different, getting good results, and then continuing with it. People fly to you, do they not? Bring you stuff. Come on, be real. That's not okay. That doesn't matter. This isn't about me saying that I'm better. I also buy industrial food. That's not what this is about. And my parents visiting me is because they want to visit me, by the way. I don't ask anyone to come and fly to visit me. I'm fine being alone. So that's not what that's about. It's not about me even saying I'm better. It's about that a vegan lifestyle as a normal human being and still having electricity and heating your house and driving a car does involve some animal deaths. That's all I'm saying. And if you disagree with that, you're a tribal, stupid vegan. I'm sorry. Still not an excuse to kill a chicken. Appeal to futility fallacy. If you question your diet, I'll keep saying this. If you question your diet, you deserve the right to try something different. It's your human health body. I don't question my vegan diet, and that's why I'm not going to follow through on the experiment. But some people are suffering and having health issues, so they question. And if you're a scientist and you're a rational person, you should be fine with people testing things. You going to create a lot of death with your retreat. 10 people are definitely not biking. Okay. So crazy. That's not what I'm talking about. We all contribute to death from being a... I've reiterated here what I just said essentially about if you question your diet, you deserve to try it. That's all I'm saying, and that's my answer to all of these comments. I'll donate if you try animal products for 30 days. There you go. Right now, I'm not going to. Herbivore by design, omnivore by choice, carnivore by insanity. I love that. How about you research the nutrition in animal products versus plants and draw upon the literature? We don't need to test cosmetics on animal products, just like your stupid ideas. I agree with you. Don't call me fucking stupid. I've done the research. Even adding 1 egg to your diet increases risk of heart disease. I don't need to try animal products. There. You're so fucking tribal. Aurora Borealis says, I can tell you're not an ethical vegan. No vegan would kill a chicken for a stupid experiment. It's not a stupid experiment. If you question from being influenced by the ExVegans and by other research, and there is research out there showing that maybe some animal products are healthier, you deserve to try something that you're curious about. I'm 100% an ethical vegan. People who actually know me know that, and I literally don't give a fuck about you or anyone saying I'm not an ethical vegan, because I know in my heart that that's insanity, and that's why I've been putting out more videos than you have over the last 4 years, advocating for a vegan diet and veganizing more people than you because I care. So get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. It's just like nothing pisses me off more than people saying I don't care about animal rights, because it's a lie, and you can think whatever you want, but it's not fucking true. I've met 2 women who quit veganism because they said they lacked iron. What should I say to people like this? I listened to something the other day that said like almost no one has iron deficiency, and having high iron is actually really dangerous. So there's tons of iron in plant foods. I've never taken an iron supplement, and I have perfect iron levels on all the blood tests I've done. I gotta run in my uh, hotel room to pee really quick, and I'm gonna hold it while I pee because I don't care. I'm a Maggie. I'm just talking to the people. All right, let me take a piss real quick. Mm. You're just another dude obsessed with health. I mean, these people are so dumb. Like, there's ex-vegans coming out sounding an alarm saying it might be healthy and best for humans to eat animal products, and some people are getting relief. And if you think that that's not a big deal, that people are eating a vegan diet and it might not be optimal, you're just stupid. But guess what? I think it is optimal. I'm just saying there's other people who don't, so it's a legitimate reason to test something because we shouldn't be messing around with our health. We shouldn't be vegan if it's not healthy. I think it is. Other people don't. So maybe you have to test it for yourself. I don't know. I don't shame anyone for doing a test. All right, I'm doing live. We're having a heated conversation in the chats. Thanks for everyone who's in. Come on in, guys. Come chat with me on my YouTube channel. I'm live streaming. Okay, just did that Insta story. Catherine says, oh no, that's just a comment. Really, you're going to believe other people about raw vegan? I'm not talking about raw vegan ginger. Jesus Christ. I've heard that it can be more difficult for women to maintain their iron, but I think it's doable. I agree. Sarah. My friend Sarah says it's easy to get iron on a vegan diet. Kale, cacao nibs, and flax are good examples of vegan foods with iron. That is a healthy vegan woman spreading some knowledge. So someone said I looked healthier when I was in Colorado College. Let me tell you why. What I'm doing right now isn't healthy. I bike 50 kilometers a day with a heavy bike, long term. For so long I've been doing this. I don't have access to health food stores. I don't have access to, like, my life is crazy. It's not stressful, but it's stressful in that I'm always sleeping in new places. I don't shower very often. I push my body way harder than is healthy. When I was in Colorado College, I had access to my fancy gym and fancy massage therapists and health food stores. And like most people who live just a normal, more sedentary city life have, like, I'm just weathered as shit right now. I spend all day getting blasted with some car exhaust and being out in the sun and biking too hard. It's my passion. It's really fun, and I'm on a mission to bike to Argentina, but that's why I look a little bit haggard. Um, all right. Oh, it'll work better without video. How do I turn off the video? I'll try to figure out how to do just audio. But I might have to shut down the stream. Yeah, I don't know if I can do that right now. I'm using OBS. Does anyone want to tell me how to turn off my video? Yeah, I can't do it now, so we're just gonna have to roll with it for this stream, and I'll try to do it better next time, I guess. Alright, back to the questions. Ironic that industrial foods are destroying the rural communities. Absolutely. What did your grandparents and your parents eat? My mom has gone vegan in the last few years now that I'm vegan. My dad does not eat similar to me at all. My dad is great, but he eats pastries and he doesn't really care about healthy food too much. He's vegetarian. He went vegetarian for me like 4 years ago. My grandparents eat everything. They don't know anything about nutrition or anything like that. Normalize nudity. Agreed, but I don't want to offend people and flash. That would be bad. That was so kind of you and your parents to help Ferdinand and let him stay at their place. True. I felt like shit eating eggs and fish, but my health improved. Do what is necessary. Yep. Is Jackson doing an experiment with meat? I hope so. I want to see what happens. He needs to prove the carnies that vegans are not better with meat. So that's exactly what I was essentially trying to do, guys. Not essentially, that's exactly what I was trying to do. I thought this experiment could be good for the vegan movement by showing that I felt the same or worse, and that I could go back to being vegan, and then I could go and debate these carnivores and say I tried it and didn't see these magical health benefits that you claim. So thank you, Eco-Based Health, for understanding that. It wasn't because I don't care about animals. I was literally thinking of creative ways to improve the vegan community. If you do eat a chicken, make sure you make stock. Right now I'm not going to do it, but okay. Are you... no, right now I'm not considering eating animal products, and I've been happily vegan for 6.5 years. Someone's saying that they're diabetic and they want to cure it. Okay, you need to go check out Robbie Barbero. It's Mindful Diabetic Robbie and his company Mastering Diabetes. He will get rid of your type 2 diabetes. I'm in the process of the experiment right now. At first, I had placebo, and now I have a lot of negative side effects. I am glad I did it, though, to prove myself the truth. There you go. There you go. And now you can be more mentally secure that what you're doing is right. That's great. Looking for comments. Questions. Do you think it's possible to gain fat eating fruits? It's 100% possible. In fact, I've done it before, but I did it intentionally. So if you go back to my videos in 2014 and 15, I decided I wanted to bodybuild as a fruitarian. Now, in order to build muscle, the most efficient way, if you're lifting consistently, is to also gain a little bit of fat in the process, meaning eating in like a 500 to 1,000 calorie surplus every single day, meaning eating way more calories than you burn per day. And if that to build muscle, which is how you build muscle. It's impossible. Even if you work out all day, you will not build a pound of muscle unless you are eating hundreds of more calories than you burn per day. So with that muscle gain, you're also going to gain a little fat, and the highest body fat percentage and highest muscle percentage I've ever had is when I was a fruitarian. So if you eat 30 bananas a day, which is 3,000 calories, but you don't exercise and you're only burning 2,000 calories a day, you will 100% gain fat. It's just calories in, calories out. That's how it works. Have you gotten your blood tested recently to see if you're deficient in anything? I haven't recently. It was about 3 years ago when I got blood work done. Sarah is correct. A diet of anything with a calorie surplus will make them gain weight. Absolutely true. Jackson, you only date people who can travel full time. What about people who have a full time job? Then you're not the woman for me. You got to go find someone else. Socializing versus connection is totally different, and socializing could lead to deeper sense of isolation and loneliness. That's my life. I'm out here alone, guys. Jackson, your travel companion. I have tattoos, love cycling, cook epic food, and love yoga. Jody, DM me on Instagram now, and we'll talk. Okay? I can't see your profile to message you here on the chat, so you gotta DM me on Instagram. Oh my god. Alice couldn't even name a single vegan. Elise couldn't even name a single vegan doctor. Yeah, I mean, if that's not an example to show that she is kind of misled and full of shit, she doesn't do any research. She's been open about that. It's kind of crazy. Who's going to eat rotten flesh in a dumpster? Gross. Agreed. Jackson, don't eat meat. I'm not going to. Wow, and then they said just do eggs and dairy. See, this is the problem with people. I don't trust you, all of you guys. I mean, eggs and dairy from commercial sources are even more unethical than flesh. So, you don't know what you're talking about. Eggs and dairy are the worst. Eggs from a local free-range operation are about the most ethical you can get, but eggs in general, industrial, are the worst. How much of a performance increase would you have to see to give up your ethics? That's a great question. It wouldn't be an exercise performance benefit, like I'm fully satisfied with my fitness. It would literally be like something happened in my consciousness or in my mental cognition that really intuitively told me that what I was doing before of eating just plants was very, very wrong compared to having these animal products. Does that make sense? So it's a great question. What performance increase would you need to give up your ethics? And it's not about a fitness performance thing. It would be like I ate it and something completely shifted that I had no idea could even be a potential that I haven't felt as a vegan. But that's not gonna fucking happen. So I don't need to even try it because so many people have eaten meat after being vegan and it doesn't make anything magical happen. Although some people have, but some haven't. And I don't have health issues, so I don't need to test it. Do you have any places narrowed down that you would live off grid? Not fully narrowed down, but right now, out of all the places I visited, and I still have so many countries to visit, so I don't know for sure, but right now it would be in the Yucatan or Quintana Roo region of Mexico is where I would build my farm. Right now, that's been my favorite place I've been. Is it true you have a bigger impact on the planet by not reproducing? I've heard that argument about veganism. Again, it's nuanced. So I want to have kids, but I am literally going to be raising my kids on an off-grid, 100% sustainable fruit farm in the jungle. That is extremely different than having a child in a city and putting them through school and eating food from the grocery store and having them fly on planes, etc., etc. We are overpopulated. The best thing you can do if you care about the environment is to not have children. That is a fact, but most people want to have children, so I would never shame someone to not have kids because it's such a emotional thing, but it is true. Having kids and living a conventional life is the worst thing you can do for the planet because humans are a parasite to the planet. We're the only animal that doesn't live like all the other animals, wild in a balanced ecosystem. Jackson is one of the few rational vegans I've seen. Thank you, Helena. Yeah, your body makes its own cholesterol. True. Lentils contain loads of iron. I ate a lot of lentils yesterday. Neo Jackson, just want to encourage you. Say hi and what you have ears here in China listening to your positive message. That is fucking cool. Yeah, why don't you comment? Where are you from? Why contemplate promoting carnism? Because, Vegan Marshall, I am open to the scientific possibility that some animal products make some people feel healthier because there are really good, honest people who message me every day, practically this month on Instagram, saying that they have included a little animal products and feel way, way healthier and just feel it. So I am not closed-minded in saying that they're just evil, mean people. And so if there's a chance that humans are supposed to eat a little animal products, I would want to know that. That is why. But I don't think that now, but if more science comes out that it's true, I would want to know that. How has your relationship changed with weed over time? This is a great question. I love marijuana. I still love it. The problem with me using it right now is that because I am lonely and I have no one to kind of filter me, in the last few months when I've gotten my hands on some and I tell myself, okay, Jackson, use it mindfully, don't binge eat on junk food when you use it, and don't use it all day, I am not able to follow through with that. You could say I'm an addict in that sense, in that I do things against what makes me feel good, and I get into some dark places. Like even in the recent past, I've had too much weed, and will eat French fries every day and Coca-Cola, and literally I can't stop. Like it's terrible environmentally and also for my health. And so when I completely stop and I'm fully sober, it's effortless for me to be my best self, and that's why I'm not using it now. But in the past, when I've like lived in a city and have my own place and my life isn't as crazy and just on the road, I'm able to use it way more mindfully and constructively. But right now is not one of those times. If you did the experiment and you didn't feel any better, don't you think the carnivores would just make the excuse that you didn't do it right? There is a chance. Yes, there is. The fact that you're doing the extreme physical journey you are doing on a vegan diet should be enough proof. Jackson, what do you think about Jacko Wacko Vegano leaving veganism and his claims that his diet gave him such bad panic attacks? Yeah, I watched that video. I don't know enough about him. I haven't looked into much about him, but again, another person who seemed like he was suffering and ate animal products and made him feel better. I don't know. I just don't know. Are you religious? No. I don't believe in any biblical or any type of religion. I don't believe in a God that you can pray to and you get certain things. I'm very much more on the rational spectrum of that, but I'm spiritual. I love yoga. I love chanting. I like things that just make me feel connected to earth and to myself, but those are all just like factual connections that I get connected with. It's not like I just read a book that some white dudes wrote a couple thousand years ago and think these fanciful stories. I don't like that people believe that. It makes me nervous about people just believing things that aren't true. How does the vegan diet go with moderate alcohol consumption? I have moderate alcohol consumption. These days, I'm probably drinking 1 beer a week, and I love my beer a week. It's fine. Shalom Aleichem, fellow vegan Jew. I'm Jewish in that I'm ancestrally Jewish and I grew up in a Jewish house, but I don't really like practice it anymore at all. Um, CMC Broadcasting in the house, Charles. Fucking Charles. Thanks for having me on your show, man. You're still a fucking troll, and I don't support your YouTube channel, but I appreciate you having me on. Royalty are the ones with diseases and degeneracy. Okay. Um, all right, we need more questions. That's why you hate white people? What? CMC, I hate white people? Oh, nice, you have a weed pen. Hey, I love my weed pen, man. I mean, I wish I had one right now, but I don't. Jackson, it's Martin from Chongqing. No way! Martin! Dude, how are you doing? That's amazing to see you here. Have you looked at my YouTube channel? You should, dude, but I've spent, right after that trip that I was hanging out with Martin in Chongqing, a few months later, I started the trip that I'm currently on, and I've been cycling for the last 20 months from Alaska down here to Honduras, and I'm biking to South America. That is so cool. He's someone that I couch surfed with, guys, and he's in my videos doing epic handstands. That's so cool. All right, we need more questions. Keep them coming. I've answered them all. Keep them coming. CMC Broadcasting. Why do I hate white people? Come on. Well, you said because the Bible was written by old white people when the Bible's actually Jewish, isn't the Old Testament. Okay, sorry. Sure, you're right. I shouldn't have said the white people. That was probably just me speaking too off the top of my head. You're right. I don't believe in religion because it is a fact that there's some religious people, Jews, Christians, Catholics, who use their religious ideology, which is just an ideology, and I don't think is based on reality, but just a ideology, and they use it in order to discriminate against some people. Now, I support anyone being a devout Christian, Catholic, Jew, Buddhist, Hindu who is a peaceful, compassionate person and uses their religion in order to make them a better version of themselves and to feel happy in the world. Then I love religion. But you can't deny that fanatic Muslims blow people up, and fanatic evangelical Christians protest against gay people, and Catholics rape little kids. So there are certain aspects of religion that turns people into monsters versus just living a more logical and science-based life instead of believing, I think, crazy things and just trying to be the best version of yourself through connecting to nature and whatever. But if you connect through religion and it makes you a peaceful person, I'm all for it. I'm just not for violence, and some people use religion in order to promote violence. That's all I'm saying. I admire your bike trip. Thanks so much, Martin. How is your Chinese? When I saw you, your Chinese was amazing, but you were still saying that you're practicing. I bet it's so good now. Have you been to the West Indies, the Caribbean? I can't recall. I was on the Caribbean side of Mexico and Belize a few months ago. Did you ever feel Did you ever feel like it was sketchy in Honduras? So I'm currently in Honduras. I've only been here for 3 or 4 days, but I spent the last 3 weeks in El Salvador, and then the last 2 months in Guatemala, and then the last year in Mexico, and I have not had one sketchy experience. And I sleep outside sometimes. I sleep in abandoned buildings. I sleep in locals' houses. Literally yesterday in Honduras, I was eating my mangoes and pineapple and microwave potatoes and beans in a park, and a dude came over and asked if I needed any money. I mean, it's literally crazy. Like, the propaganda that these parts of the world are dangerous and sketchy for travelers is complete bullshit. And of course, certain places can be dangerous, but just as dangerous as the US. Generally speaking, it's so safe here. The people are so nice, and I highly recommend coming and traveling here. Best foods for protein on a vegan diet: you got your lentils, you got your any beans, you got your nuts, you got your chia seeds, you got your hemp seeds, you got your flax seeds. Those are going to be your high. And then you have your tofu, you have your seitan, more processed things. But generally, I don't eat, there's no tofu, there's no seitan out here. I eat beans, lentils, vegetables, and seeds for my protein. Um, how open are the rural people to veganism? They are extremely not open to it. I mean, it is like blasphemy out here to be a vegan because their food is so rooted in their culture. And while a lot of people eat mainly plant-based because that's cheap, like, I stay with families all the time who just eat tortillas, rice, beans, and fruit, and then it's like a special treat to have fish or shrimp or a chicken that they slaughter for like one meal for the whole family that's just roaming around their yard. So I haven't ran into any vegans on accident. I mean, it's really sad. The vegan consciousness down here is so low, even though the access to healthy fresh fruits and vegetables, which are the cheapest foods, are so abundant down here. People just don't know that it's healthy to be only plant-based. So it's pretty sad. And I talk to people about animal rights and like the concept that like you should care about animals, and oftentimes they just look at me like I'm crazy. Favorite place you've traveled? Probably the Quintana Roo region of Mexico, but I also loved Lake Atitlan, Guatemala. I loved El Salvador. Yeah. Have you ever tried keto vegan? Never. Only high carb. Um, Jews suck baby dicks. Yeah, that's fucking creepy and weird. There are some Orthodox Jews that do weird things with circumcision and stuff. Fuck that shit. It's creepy. Do you miss weightlifting? Do you think you'll pick it up again? I absolutely miss weightlifting. I love it. And the whole month of May, I have Airbnbs in Nicaragua, and I'm going to be weightlifting for that month. And after this trip, when I'm done on the bike life, I'll go into like intense weightlifting and get really jacked again. Okay, be careful there, Karl Marx. All right. I'm pretty socialist in a lot of policies. I know a lot of them. Okay, thank you, Charles. Yeah, I mean, I do live a life where people would say that I'm brave. Yeah, I'm not scared for some reason, and I also travel with my dog, and people are scared of Maggie, so that helps. Where's that water coming out from? I want to make sure my bike trailer, which is, over there. Oh, this live stream's so fun, but even though I've only made $5, pass me a donation, guys. I'm getting parched. I'm working hard out here. Drop $1, drop $2. I'll give you a shout out. Do you think that a cat could be fed on an ethically vegan diet in the same way a dog can? So I don't know enough information because I've never had a cat or even like wanted to have a cat. I don't know cats very well. All I do know is that cats are much more carnivorous than dogs are. Dogs are definitely omnivores, and there's too many examples of healthy vegan dogs that have lived healthy lives their whole life. Look it up. And there's even mainstream vegan dog food brands like V-Dog, and that shit would get shut down really fast if it was impossible to feed a dog a vegan diet. I've had Maggie for 17 or 18 months now. She eats like 90% vegan. I've never purchased animal products for her ever, so she's vegan with me. But when she finds chicken and bones in the street, she eats that shit up. And she's eaten eggs before that she finds. So, but she's mainly vegan and she's extremely healthy. You guys see her Instagram. Her coat is beautiful. She's high energy. But I can't say she's 100% vegan because she eats some animal products. But I think cats, I don't know. So I don't want to say yes or no. But I think that it's less healthy for a cat to be vegan, I think, than for a dog. Tofu raises estrogen and many seeds can't be absorbed in a day. Come on. Tofu does not raise estrogen. There's so much proof of that. There's vegan bodybuilders who eat so much tofu, and if it increased their estrogen levels, they would decrease their muscle gaining performance, and that doesn't happen. So again, Charles fucking lying to your guys' little faces. What accent turns you on the most? Ooh. Probably like an Indian, East Indian accent. Or just like Italian, Spanish. Honestly, anything foreign is interesting. But not like an English accent for some reason. That's not as sexy to me. My buddy from Chongqing, China, said he finished his master's in teaching China for foreign nations, and he's teaching at the University of Chongqing. What a badass! Yes, send me the link to your video. That's so cool. Post me your email. It's jackson@plantriotic.com. I have friends that feed their cats a vegan diet and it's cruel. The cats are suffering. Yeah, that's fucked up. Don't rescue any animals who can't be vegan. That's honestly my opinion because we shouldn't be buying animal products. It's complicated. Charles just saying weird ass shit. I agree. Kushner and Trump are bitches, corrupt bitches. I'm from El Salvador. Stay safe. Nice. I've already left El Salvador though. It was great. Um, do you think it's vegan to Do you think it's vegan to buy meat? I know some vegans have cats and they think they should be called plant-based instead. I agree with that. So I've never purchased animal products for Maggie ever. If you have animals that require animal products, I got a snake for my 9th birthday, and I went vegan when I was 19, and she didn't die until I was 22 or something like that. So I bought mice to feed her because it's the only thing that you can feed snakes, and it killed me as a vegan to do that, but I had an option to either kill my pet snake that I had had for 10 years. I ended up having her for 15 years in total until she died 3 years ago. Then I started this trip. But it is not vegan to buy animal products for your animals. It doesn't matter if you're eating it or if the animal's eating it. You're contributing to animal agriculture, and that's inherently not vegan. So I feed Maggie 100% vegan. Do you know why Elise deleted her Instagram? Is she in a dark place since leaving the... Oh, Alyssa. No, she's actually in an amazing place. She messaged me the other day and said she's happier than she's ever been. Her relationship with her family's at a high. She is She's house sitting dog. She's babysitting dogs and making money. She's so happy actually. She just like she's young and she's very spiritual and she likes to do extreme things, and so I think she just thought Instagram was wasting too much of her time, and that's legit, and she deleted it. That's fine. Don't let her eat rotten eggs from the trash. I don't let her eat rotten eggs from the fucking trash, Charles. Sometimes if we're walking and she sees a chicken bone, she just eats it so fast I can't do anything about it. But no, I don't let her eat rotten food, you fuck. She's my daughter. She's my love. She eats very healthy. Um, your dog seems to be doing great and is adorable. Exactly. Do you have PayPal? Yes, it's Jackson at plantriotic.com. If all, by the way, I should just do a little shout out here. If you like my vibe, if you want to come hang out with me, if you want to do yoga every day and I'll lead you in meditations and eat really healthy food and you want to have a vacation, go on to the plantriotic.com/shop page and I am hosting a retreat on a beach house in Costa Rica this summer. Private pool, Wi-Fi, Airbnb. It's going to be epic. Go look at the information on plantriotic.com. If humans went vegan, we'd be overrun by animals. I don't even want to answer that because you're so fucking stupid, but the only reason that animals are put into agriculture and we have so many animals is because we breed them into existence so that we can eat them. If everyone went vegan, there'd be zero demand for animal agriculture and there would only be wild animals, and that would be great and perfect and they would balance their ecosystems. You fucking dummy. Why would you shame people for not killing their cats with vegan diets? If you're killing your cats with a vegan diet, yeah, that is fucked up. So it's complicated. I guess then humans shouldn't have cats. Like, I don't know what to say. Human beings should not have animals as companions that require meat. Period. But I understand that if you already have them, if you're vegan, then you have to just source your meat as best as you can. Ask grocery stores for scraps, for trash. You know, I got a snake for my 9th birthday, and then I went vegan when I was 19, and that sucked, and I had to figure it out. So I understand that some people already have animals, and then they go vegan. Just try to do it as legit as possible, which means getting it from scraps, or like instead of just buying new stuff, I guess is what I would recommend. Just do your best. Yeah, my buddy Martin, go look up John Venus, Nimai Delgado. Go look up the vegan bodybuilding scene on Instagram, and you can see what these people eat. It's essentially a diet of rice, potatoes, beans, vegetables, tofu, seeds, fruits. I mean, essentially my diet too, but you can get more information. You're denying science about tofu and estrogen. No, I've just, that's it's just not true, Charles. I've seen too many videos from scientists and doctors and Gregor talking about how the phytoestrogens in tofu are not linked to the same hormonal estrogen. It's just, you're fucking lying. Can you speak the language yet? Sí, yo hablo español perfecto. Antes de este viaje yo no pude practicar muy buena. Yo tenía 2, 3 clases en prepa cuando estaba más joven, pero porque estoy viajando en países que hablan español el último año y medio, entonces ahorita yo puedo practicar muy bien, pero necesita aprender algunos más gramática, palabras, pero yo puedo practicar con toda la gente acá y yo aprender más palabras todos los días. There are so many studies that have debunked the soy and estrogen myth. Exactly. Jody, I love you. Have you DM'd me on Instagram yet? Vegan Kitchen says, no shaming, but is it vegan to buy meat? Is plant-based right? Yes, plant-based is good. Don't buy fucking meat. Jody, I don't see that you DM'd me. Come on, Jody. You at Jody? Ooh, someone said I'm cute. Maybe what I'm looking for is unreasonable, lol. I'm looking for like 70-ish% protein food sources. Like, why are you obsessed with protein? I've proven, and Nimai Delgado has proven, if you just eat beans and seeds and tofu sometimes, you get enough protein. You don't need to be protein obsessed. You don't build more muscle by eating more protein. or take a protein powder, a vegan protein powder supplement if you want. Would you support lab-grown meat for pet food? Absolutely. Lab-grown meat is the future. It's essentially taking one little piece of meat, and then for eternity, you can just clone it in a lab, taking animals completely outside of the process, but it's actual flesh. It's not like vegan meat, it's actual fucking meat, but without killing animals. Lab-grown meat is the future. Have you tried Vegemite? Oh my god, when I was really little, but not in the last many years. It's like an Australian weird-ass salty food, right? David Selva, do you actually understand the question at Ryan from Happy Healthy Vegan Debate? Just kept repeating without making sense. What question? What's your opinion on the APAC takeover of our government sovereignty? Does Israel rule the world, yes or no? I don't think Israel rules the world, but I think that the Israel and U.S. relationship is clearly a relationship based off of Islamophobia and trying to insert Israel's power over people who have lived there for much longer, the Palestinians, and they're both warmongering countries that do rule the world in some senses, and it's all revolved around money and oil and domination of smaller countries who have a lot of oil. Someone says I'm a hero. Trans cannabis veganic jazzy. That is a wild, awesome name. You're a hero that rides for vegan power and freedom. That's amazing, Jackson. You're a big vegan light. I love you. You're awesome. Milk raises estrogen. Exactly. Take that, fucking Charles. The titty secretions of a cow is more estrogen than your fucking tofu, dummy. Gregor wants everyone infertile and on anti-nutrient plant diets. You're so dumb if you think there's a conspiracy that Dr. Gregor is trying to hurt people. I mean, it's just so stupid. But again, your whole channel is just lies and conspiracy, so I understand, my brother. Are you finding many wild growing fruits just to pick up as you go? Sherry, please watch my vlogs. I show myself foraging mangoes, marignon, which is cashew fruit. I've foraged sprouted coconuts. I foraged ton and fruits that I don't even know that I've enjoyed on this trip. I forage all the time. Even if you're worried, what do you think about body hair on girls? Ooh, I love this question. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of women, like I'm sexually attracted to women who don't shave anything anywhere. And if you do shave certain things, I'm 100% fine with that too. I'm just like 100 also percent fine with women who don't shave anything because it just shows that you're in tune with your natural self and you're confident, and I fucking love that. So hairy pits, hairy legs, hairy vagina down there, I love it all. Keep it up. You ride for vegan freedom? Yes. Your Espanol is very impressive. How long did it take you to get that fluent? It probably took like 6 months until I could consider myself good, and I was just practicing every day. Dude, this is crazy vegan talk. No, it's not, dog. Have you ever been in an open relationship? No, but I definitely would be interested. Not obsessed with vegan protein, just wanted to... Okay. I imagine you know Shanti is Indian and it means peace. I do know that. That's why I want to name a daughter Shanti. It's the best name ever. And I have Sanskrit tattooed right here. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may my actions contribute to the happiness of others. You're so intelligent, such an inspiration. Thank you. I agree. If you were in a long-term relationship with a girlfriend and realized she was bisexual and wanted to experience being with a woman a few times on a sexual level but not emotional, would you allow that? 100% I'd be fine with that. And to be completely honest of how I feel about relationships, if she wanted to experience things sexually for fun and not like fully emotional with a man, I would also be 100% open to that kind of an open relationship, because while I'm not into polyamory in the sense that like you have multiple emotional partners, that doesn't feel good to me. Like my ideal future relationship would be with a woman where we're 100% emotionally committed together and even have a family, but we also have the freedom that if we get sexually inspired in a moment of passion with someone that we connect with, that we would be allowed to exercise that and like communicate it with each other, because we're all sexual beings. And even when I've been in relationships with people that I love, you always just want to hook up with someone else, and they're attractive, and there's so many beautiful people. So I want to be in a relationship where I'm so confident with my partner that we love each other for life, that just hooking up a little bit with other people for fun is not like a deal breaker. I would love that. I've been watching your as much as possible. Love your videos. Just found your channel. Okay, guys, I've answered all the questions, so I'll either get out of here or blast me with more questions, and I'll fucking stay. This is fun. And super chat me if you want to donate and support what I'm doing and keep the live stream going. But ask away, or I'm gonna get out of here. Forage, like you just pick fruit off the trees. It's always good quality. I actually have never picked it off the trees. I pick it off the ground. So down here, Charles, even on the side of the highways in little villages and just in random places, there will be tons of mango trees, cashew fruit trees, banana trees, and like berries and things that I don't even know the names of. And you'll see at the bottom of the tree, there's just hundreds that have dropped like mangoes, and they're just rotting away and no one's picking them up. And you can just park your bike, go over. I get a big sack, I fill it up with 10, 20 mangoes, and I have my mangoes for the day. It's amazing. It's just fruit abundance down here, but it's obvious because I'm in the tropics, or getting closer to the tropics. Sarah saying, whoa, this got funky when I was talking about relationships. Will you miss foraging when you're away from it? It's kind of addicting. I will when I get down to like Argentina and stuff, but guess what? After this trip, I'm moving back to the tropics for life, so I'll be good. I think you could be red pilled, but you need to take your red pill medication. My video on cuckolding stop. No, it's not cuckolding. I'm not into cuckolding. That's different, Charles. I wish I could speak Spanish. Like me, move to Spanish-speaking places and just talk to people. Where do you find meaning in your life, and do you think you have a purpose? Thank you so much for this question. The meaning in my life are as follows. Number one, being happy and having fun and living a fun life. And I live on a bicycle with my dog and travel. I have so much fun. That's number one. Number two is doing good for the world. By me making my videos, I'm entertaining people. I'm inspiring them to do whatever they feel like they want to do in life, instead of listening to the man and listening to your teachers and your parents who tell you you have to do things that you don't want. Fuck that shit. So I inspire people to do that, and I inspire people to be vegan, which brings me so much meaning. Like, my social media brings me some of the most meaning I have in my life, absolutely. So I'm inspiring people to be more sustainable, to contribute less to animal cruelty. And do I have a purpose? I don't know as much about that. I think all of our purpose is just to be happy and to try to contribute the least amount to harm. So I don't think we were put here for a purpose. I honor that humans are absolute parasites and we're terrible for the planet. So we should just try to do our best to not be so fucking awful. What do you think about Dr. Douliard? I don't know what that is. Would you ever go fully raw again? Nah. But I eat a high raw diet. Like a typical day for me these days, if it's also not a biking day and I'm just in like a little village or in a city and I'm not biking, sometimes on a biking day I usually make leftovers from the night before, so I'll eat like cooked food for lunch as well. But like a typical day for me would be like a watermelon in the morning, or a pineapple, or like 5 or 10 mangoes. And then for lunch, I would do the same thing, just like another pineapple or a bunch of 10 bananas. Or sometimes I'd also do oatmeal or lentils or rice with veggies. And then for dinner, I almost always have cooked food with a little fruit, like half a pineapple and then veggies like broccoli, carrots, cooked down with rice or potatoes or a bean. That's kind of my diet. But no, I don't think I'll ever go fully raw again. But I am going to be hosting a banana island soon. Look out for my Instagram post later tonight. What do you think of Weston A. Price's work? Not the foundation, but the man himself. All I know is about the Weston A. Price Foundation, which is just like a keto, pseudoscience pushing think tank. So I don't know. Too much protein is bad for you. True. Do you think, what do you think about fermented foods? Fermented foods are great. I ferment cabbage sometimes. On the road, I'm a kombucha brewer when I live in a city. Kombucha is amazing. Fermented foods is really good for gut health and the microbiome as well. Eat it. Eat a lot of them. Are you afraid to drink the water there? Yeah, I've gotten Montezuma's Revenge a few times. It's a part of living out here. I drink local water sometimes, and it's totally fucked my stomach, and you just shit and barf for a couple days. But I have water purification now, and I try to get all my water purified. They have purification stations in the cities. So yeah, you got to be careful for sure. I've gotten Montezuma's Revenge a fair amount of times. Have you decided where you're going to live after your trip? No, because I have like 15 more countries to see, but probably Mexico. How much money would you say you have spent on food since crossing the Mexican border? I don't know in total because it's been over a year, but generally speaking, I spend anywhere from $5 to $10 a day on food, and I eat about 3,000 to 5,000 calories. How do your parents feel about leaving the U.S. forever? They're sad for sure. Like, my parents are lucky in that they're very affluent and they love to travel, so they'll visit me, but they're sad that I'm going to be gone for my whole life. I won't live in the States, I don't think. I don't like it. Do you think LA is satanic? No, but I grew up there and I don't want to live there again. But there's some great parts about LA. I recommend going to the free yoga studio, Bhakti Yoga Shala, right by Tender Greens on the promenade in Santa Monica. Go to Monday Night Kirtan. It'll change your life. There's a lot of sexy women. I know you're into that, Charles, so maybe that'll get you to go to Kirtan. When I finish my nursing degree, I plan to travel and volunteer as an RN. I also love Quintana Roo, Islas Mujeres. Yes, hell yes. Would you decide to not inherit any money from your parents? My parents have expressed to me that they have saved up money for me their whole life and my whole life in order to give me opportunities. So if I needed, I'm a little stubborn about money. Like, I spend 100% only my own money on this trip. I'm still on to my parents' health care, but I don't even use health care. I pay out of pocket for my medical stuff here because they don't take health care. So I live 100% independent, and I like that independence. But if I want to buy land after this trip and I need to take out a loan from my parents that I would pay them back, I'm absolutely open to doing that. But I would never just take money and not work from my parents. And not work and just live off my parents. I would never, ever, ever do that. How many MAGA followers do you think you have? Literally probably 0. If you're a MAGA follower, you are a fucking idiot. Like, I can point to so much proof why you're an idiot. If you trust Donald Trump, if you think he's a good businessman, he's gotten millions of dollars from his daddy and he's bankrupted almost all of his companies. He's a fucking criminal, racist, terrible person. So if you're a MAGA person, literally at this point, go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. It's not like political opinion anymore. He's a terrible menace and embarrassment to society. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I will be living on my fruit farm. I hope I will have a wife and children at that time. And I will be hosting retreats and brewing kombucha all day and growing fruits and vegetables and making pottery and living a very chill life. Trump or Kamala Harris? Kamala Harris over Trump for sure, but I'm not a supporter of Kamala Harris. I'm a supporter of the burn. Burn all the way. He's been more consistent with his political philosophy than any other politician, and he speaks the truth, and he's anti-corruption, and he believes in getting money out of politics, which is the number one most important thing. I'm also a fan of people like Tulsi Gabbard. Beto O'Rourke is good on some things, not good on some others. Humans are not naturally parasites. We are currently living in a parasitic. True, true. Whereas Maggie, she's in the hotel room sleeping right now. It's nice and air conditioned. She's in our room. What's the most you paid for a tattoo? My artist who does this snake is $250 per hour. That's the most expensive I have. Um, Oh my God, I got a super chat. Thank you so much, Sarah. You're freaking awesome. You're going above and beyond. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. Shout out to Sarah, who's another friend of mine that I'm working with right now, and I don't want to reveal anything because she hasn't given me permission, but she's doing amazing things for veganism, for herself, and making big transformations, and Sarah's the fucking best. It is hard for you. Is it hard for you to sleep? No, it's very easy for me to sleep because I exercise a lot and I eat healthy. It's hard for me to sleep only when I am deep into a little social media obsession and I'm editing videos or I'm feuding with someone and I just like want to keep working. But from like a biological sense, I never like just lay in my bed and like I have insomnia, I can't sleep. I never do that. I always am a good sleeper. Why don't you buy bottled water? I do buy bottled water sometimes when there aren't pure, like a big tank of bottled water, but I carry a 2 gallon uh, tank on my bicycle and I try to use the least amount of plastic possible. So, what I do is I'll go into a local restaurant and say, hey, can I buy like a couple dollars, it's usually 50 cents worth for like 2 gallons, 10 liters of purified water, and that's how I get most of my water, and I pour it into my tank so that I don't have to buy more plastic. Sherry, thank you so much for the donation. Sherry just gave me some donations. This is so sweet of you guys. I mean, I can't tell you how much that means to me that I can talk with you guys here and you guys are giving me super chats. And look, I'm spreading the vegan message all over the world. I'm here communicating with you guys. I'm spreading the truth. I'm taking down these ex-vegans and carnivores and proving their hypocrisy and that they're fucking weirdos. And if you support what I'm doing and I inspire you to live your best self because I'm out here biking the world with my dog, a little bit of contribution would be such good big help so that Maggie and I can continue to do this. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, Sherry. Thoughts on raw vegan diets in correlation to ex-vegans? There's definitely a connection that ex-vegans eat in some weird ways in their past. But then there's some raw vegans like Ted Carr, and I've been raw vegan in the past, and I don't have those problems. So it's not 100% correlation, but there's something to it. Do you um, do you experience differences between El Salvador and Honduras? So far, they're pretty much the same, although the main thing that makes El Salvador 100 times better are pupusas. No pupusas down here, and that's a travesty. The Rothschilds own Trump. Trump is owned by the Jews. Okay, you little fucking troll. I can't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much. Do you think the next president will continue to use Twitter? Yes, but not in the way Trump does. Are you still going to do that experiment? No, I decided to not do it for right now. Would you end up marrying a Latino or American? That means nothing to me. It doesn't matter what race, ethnicity, where my wife comes from. I would love to meet a local down here. That'd be amazing. I think it'd be more interesting. I would love that, but I have not met any women who want to live my lifestyle down here, unfortunately. Forced vaccinations for freedom of versus freedom of choice. This is a very good topic that I'm not a professional on, so I don't fully know yet. I've heard good arguments on both sides. It seems instinctual or intuitive to me that we shouldn't force parents to make them vaccinate their kids, but then at the same time, there's some people who say that if some kids aren't vaccinated, it just gets super unhealthy for all the other kids when like measles outbreaks and shit can come out. So I understand the complication. I guess I can't say I know enough in order to be 100%, but I think I generally lean more towards the letting people have freedom of choice. What do you guys think? I need to learn more. I should watch documentaries. Ella, thank you so much for the contribution. It does all add up. Any little contribution, $1, $2, if you guys support me. Ella, you're the fucking best. I appreciate you so much.
It's so cool that I can put out my time here talking to you guys for hours and just with small donations get a little bit of support so Maggie and I can keep doing this and keep inspiring you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So Maggie doesn't worry if you leave her alone. I bet you have an amazing relationship. We do have an amazing relationship. Here's how amazing it is. When I need to go into a grocery store, I say to her, I park my bike by the grocery store, and I say to Maggie, stay there, my Maggie girl. Okay, I say, stay there, my Maggie girl. I'll be right back. And she sits under my bicycle, no leashes at all. She's free to go wherever she wants. And I go into the grocery store for 10 minutes, and she guards my bicycle right there. So she knows I'll always come back. Of course, she probably doesn't like it when I leave her for a second, but she knows I come back, and she's the fucking best. She's my heart. Nice talking with you. Keep it up. Thank you so much. David with the $10 super chat. Guys, you can also ask me a question in the super chat and I'll get into it deeply. If you want to just donate, that's so fucking nice of you all. But David, thank you. You're my friend. You are the man. David is a personal friend. If you're the same David that I'm thinking of from Playa del Carmen. For you to be ridiculed for something you haven't even done yet is ridiculous. Thank you. This is in conversation with me entertaining the idea that it'd be interesting for the vegan movement for me to try meat for 30 days and then report on YouTube on how that interacted and what it did to my body just purely as an experiment after being vegan for 6.5 fucking years. So thank you so much for being rational and honoring that I shouldn't be ridiculed for just a thought. Think about it for a second. If you did your experiment, so-called vegan friends would never speak to you again. It's pretty fucked up. Those are tribal vegans, but my real vegan friends would talk to me again. You're doing an amazing job. Thank you, Sherry. Adam Blank with the donation. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. It's so cool that I can just talk here and you guys can support me just with small donations. It's like, that is what brings me meaning in life, that I can live this way and inspire you guys and influence people all over the world by your guys' help. It's very cool. My friend Carrie has been trying to send super chat, but it's not working. Well, figure it out, Carrie. Just kidding. Do your best. How come you didn't like the States? My goals in life are to be able to eat the most high quality, most local, sweet fruits, and to live a life that is cheap enough where I can just enjoy life instead of having to work constantly all the time in a job that I don't like. And I like to be in places with fresh air. And I also hate intense amount of annoying regulation. Good regulation is good, like car fuel standards and don't pollute rivers and things like that. But in the States, it's like you can't go anywhere without getting in trouble from the cops or getting a parking ticket. There's so many rules. Out here, you guys have no idea how free it is. There's no fucking rules. There's no one telling you what to do. And that's good and bad, but generally speaking, I love the freedom out here. I love how you can live such a high quality of life with so little money. And the weather's better. There's mangoes dropping off the trees. It just makes so much more sense to me versus the States. Ever think the presidency is rigged, Jackson? Well, it's 100% rigged to the extent that because of our campaign finance system in the States, which is different than pretty much every major country in the world, because corporations can donate as much as they want to politicians, it completely sways the democracy. In other countries, there's a limited amount of money that a corporation who has way more money than the average person who's supposed to, in a democracy, have just as much weight as anyone else in electing a candidate. In America, because of our campaign finance system, certain politicians who are going to give benefits and take legalized bribery from corporations and give them benefits later, which is just so criminal, that is to the extent that it's rigged. And then it's also rigged to the extent that, for instance, even within the Democratic Party, because they wanted Hillary to win versus Bernie, who is going to change the system and get rid of the bribery, but the establishment Democratic Party wanted it, they literally, and this is a proven fact and have admitted it, conspired against Bernie Sanders, like giving Hillary Clinton the questions before a debate and not to Bernie in order to help her win. But of course, she didn't win because she's a war criminal liar. And so, yeah, it is all fucking rigged. The Vax and New World Order depopulation programs. All right, Charles, more just weird ass shit that he's saying. Vaccines are full of animal and fetus parts. That's crazy. Do you think Ted Carr is honest? Come on, man. You are smart enough to know how insane an all fruit diet is. I know it's anecdotal. So, an all fruit diet is not insane. I lived it for 9 months and felt great, and we are primates and we are frugivores. If you live in a place with access to high quality fruit and you can eat only fruit and get enough calories, I think that that can be a healthy diet if your body responds well to it. Maggie, everyone wants to see my Maggie. Oh, my Maggie, I love you. I love my Maggie. Who loves Maggie? I'm my pretty girl. Here's my little hotel room for the night. Here's my bicycle. Here's my Maggie, who I love more than anything in the whole wide world. Where's your toy? Yeah, you need to find your toy. Let's find it. Come on, I need to make a pee-pee. Come on in. We'll find your toy. I think it's under the bed. I think it's under there. I have to make a pee-pee, Mag. 1 second, guys. Another pee break. This live stream is so fun. I'm going to do it all the time. Maggie, where's your ball? Let's find it. There it is. Wow, Maggie, look at this. Oh, there you go. Come on out, my Maggie. So, yeah, Ted Carr is not a liar. He's really into fruitarianism. There's some things I think he does that are a little strange, but he's not a liar, and a fruit diet can be healthy, but I think whole food plant-based is the way to go. It's more sustainable, it's cheaper, it's more reasonable. Just whole food plant-based. Can you recommend a good workout routine for someone with chronic back pain? Just don't do squats, don't do deadlifts. I guess you'll have to do some more isolation exercises versus using your back. But it all depends. I can't give you a workout routine because it depends on what your goals are. Are you trying to build big muscle? Are you trying to get just lean and ripped? Are you trying to be an endurance athlete? Oh, this is the problem. Maggie, where'd you go? I don't want her to run into anyone's hotel room, which she has done before. Oh, where is your ball? Where'd you put that ball? I'm not losing that toy. Go find it. Go get your ball. Go get your ball, my pretty girl. And bring it back here. Get your ball and bring it back. That's my Maggie. That's my pretty Maggie. Who's my pretty girl? I love my girl. So Natalie, unfortunately, I'm so passionate about fitness and workout routines, and I can work with you personally if you want, but I just can't describe it here because I need more information about your goals for what you're trying to accomplish with fitness. I've switched to whole food, plant-based, high-carb vegan in order to help rid my seborrheic dermatitis skin issues. Curious if you've ever had skin issues. So I've never had skin issues. I definitely had some pimples in high school, but my skin has always been pretty good, and it's been 100% good as a vegan. So I don't have any experience with curing skin issues. But I think a high-carb vegan diet is good for skin. But make sure you eat your fats too, just like 15% of calories. Seems like you are going to try animal products and not talk about it. Wow, you weren't here for the whole fucking beginning of the live stream where I said that I would never in a million years do this experience experiment without telling you guys first, and I'm not going to do it. So why don't you go back and learn this information before putting out these statements, you fucko. Go to learntherisk.org to learn more about vaccinations. I definitely will do that because I have been curious about this. I'm taking a screenshot of that right now. Maggie. No eating from the gutter. That's disgusting. Maggie's so awesome. Yes, she's the best. I love my dog too, and my baby. Come here, Maggie. Come here. Come here, drop your toy. Show them how you play fetch. Sit down with me. Sit down. Good girl. That's my baby girl. Are there any street dogs like in Asia? Holy shit. I mean, it's literally insane, guys. Like, every single day, a big pack of street dogs comes and rushes at Maggie and I to fight. I'm not talking every other day. I'm talking every day, sometimes 5 times a day, sometimes 10 times a day. It's a huge part of our experience here. There's street dogs everywhere because they don't neuter their dogs, and the dogs don't get love, and it's devastating. A few times Maggie has been bit. She's never been injured. She's gotten little cuts before, and I usually can fight them off and like scream at the dogs before they do any damage, but it is a really stressful and crazy part of our lifestyle because we're rolling through small villages all day and Maggie's running alongside, and the dogs in the local village are not happy that we are coming through. So it's terribly shitty and annoying and sad too, because these dogs have broken legs and skin diseases and infections, and the people just don't even treat it. It's so terrible. Why don't I have any Maggie vlogs? You clearly don't watch my YouTube channel. Literally, I have a day in the life of Maggie vlog that I posted like a month ago. Come on. Oh, you said do you have? Yes, I have them. Go watch them. Man, if you try it, so be it. I would rather see one positive person like you spreading good vibes. I never said I hate big government. I hate big corrupt government. I support Bernie because he believes in taking taxpayer monies from the richest corporations who have ungodly amounts of money and helping underprivileged people. That's 100% within my ethical and political framework. Trump 2020, literally so dumb. What about the Yang Gang, UBI? Yeah, it's very interesting. I think there's some good arguments to say that UBI is it's universal basic income. If you don't know, guys, there's a candidate named Andrew Yang. ¿Qué estás? ¿Cómo estás, Maggie? What you doing? Where's your ball? Go get your ball. Come on. Come here, baby. Come here, pretty. So universal basic income is because so many jobs are being automated. For instance, driving trucks, which is like one of the biggest job for a lot of Midwestern states, is going to be completely defunct in a few years when there's self-driving trucks. That there's going to be Maggie, come here. All right, it's time to go in. You're being too curious. Hey, come here, come here. Too crazy. Because so many jobs are not going to be viable because of automation, the government is going to have to, and this is the concept of universal basic income, is that Andrew Yang is advocating that the government give all Americans, no matter your income, $1,000 just flat every single month, so $12,000 a year, because there's just not going to be job opportunities for these even low-wage jobs that there's tons of them these days, but they're not going to be there because of our growing technological innovation. So I think Andrew Yang has some good points, for sure. How is Trino doing? Do you keep in touch? Yes, I do. It seems like he's kind of same old, doing well, doing his thing. Um, what are your spiritual beliefs? Are you an atheist? I'm not an atheist because an atheist is like almost like a type of religion where you claim you know God doesn't exist. I'm definitely agnostic in that I don't believe that we know anything. Like, we don't know there's a God, we don't know there's not a God. I think generally speaking, I do not believe that a God figure exists. My spiritual belief is that we evolved as a human race on planet Earth from very low level organisms, and there's no big meaning to life. I think it is a very random scientific happening that this planet happened to have the right conditions for life, and organisms and animals came out of it. And I don't think there's any big meaning. I just think we should try to reduce the amount of suffering that we have on the beings that do live here. But I do love yoga. I like the concepts that are in Hinduism and Buddhism mainly, that nothing is fully real and you can't take anything too seriously, but you also can't be nihilistic and just not believe in anything because then you'll get depressed. It's all about a middle path of non attachment and also trying to do the best you can, but ultimately being non attached and honoring that there's no real answer or meaning to anything, and that the only thing that can bring you true happiness is finding love within yourself, not from anything in the external world. And that even includes relationships and material items. I like my material items and relationships, but you have to also have a certain level of detachment from those things and honor that they're not going to be the only thing that brings you happiness. You have to find that happiness of just existing from within. Oh my god, I'm going to have like a sore throat tomorrow. I've been talking so much. Um, So they have Wi-Fi, or is their data in Honduras? They have Wi-Fi everywhere. All over the world has Wi-Fi. I go through villages sometimes that absolutely don't have Wi-Fi for days at a time, but I'm actually in a big city right now. I got here today. I biked here, and there is Wi-Fi at the $15 a night hotel I'm staying at. Um, I want to say that as an 8-year vegan, I have some curiosities. If you've been eating a diet for 8 years, you have the right to try whatever you want for a month. You have the right. Would you ever do urine therapy? There's nothing that leads me to believe I need to do urine therapy, Charles. So as of now, no. R. Bree donated 99 cents to the super chat. Thank you so much. That is so awesome and nice and generous of you. Any little donation helps, guys. It all comes together so that Maggie and I can keep spreading the vibes and making this content. So R. Bree, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I've been on the stream for hours at this point, and you guys are awesome. I love to do it. And any little donation, it helps so much. If everyone did $1, that'd be like the craziest night for me. It'd be so amazing. I make very little money on my social media. Through my Google ads, I make about $100 a month for all my YouTube videos. So it's not very much, so any help is so great. Are you never afraid on the trip? Of course I am in tiny little ways, but generally speaking, because I've been on the road now for a year and a half and nothing bad has happened, and I am so confident in how I travel and I'm good at doing it, like I know how to not get in weird situations, I'm usually not afraid. But at any moment when I'm biking in the middle of fucking nowhere by myself, dudes could just show up in the road and have a gun and I'd be completely fucked. But it hasn't happened, and I don't let that fear get to me because I'm living my best life, and if that happens, I'll figure out what to do in that situation. I'm at Carl's Jr. and the Beyond Burger sold out. That's epic. That's crazy. Do you know about cariosis? No, I don't. I do not know about that. You're fighting off dogs, yeah, Charles. I mean, I already every single day we're fighting off dogs because the street dogs, they know they're dogs in their little community, but when they see Maggie, they just freak the fuck out, so they come and jump us. I have 2 scars on my body currently from dog bites that I've had to separate when they fight Maggie. 2 bites I've gotten in the last year and a half, and I have scars on my one on my thigh, one on my calf. Um, is Maggie ever reactive or aggressive, or is she pretty neutral? So when I rescued Maggie from a shelter in Los Angeles in January of 2018, she was obese. She loved me immediately because I rescued her, but for the first 2 months, she was highly aggressive to every single other person besides me. She was trying to bite. She was terrible. It was really rough. I was like, fuck, am I going to be able to even keep her and travel with her? This is so crazy. But with love and with care and attention and her vegan food, she learned that human beings are not inherently bad. She was probably abused before I got her. And with love, she turned into a completely different creature. And now, if it's daytime, she's 100% nice to everyone, period. She wants to play with people. She's sweet. She doesn't fight dogs. She doesn't fight people. But once the sun goes down and we are sleeping in our tent, for instance, and someone walks close to the tent and she hears something, it's a big part of her breed. It's in her instinct, and it's actually a good trait. She becomes very territorial of me and her, and she will go and bark at the person and circle them and put out her teeth, but she's never bitten anyone, so she's very sweet and she's a good little guard dog. That's kind of my summary of Maggie. Um, but Bernie will open the gates for the Muslims. Exactly. You're just making yourself look like a fucking idiot, FMMF. Do you have any names in mind for a future child? Shanti. I would love the name Shanti for a woman. I'm very earthy. I'm very fucking yogi. It's going to be hippie, earthy shit. That's what I love. We do know you can feel it if you pray. What? But your people reject God and reject the Logos. All right, Charles, what are you smoking tonight? You're hitting that vape hard, my friend. Tell me what strain you're hitting tonight. Have you thought about the fairy paradox? What is that again? I've heard about that. What is that? Dream Extreme, see you, Martin. You're the best. Have fun at lunch in China. Can you stop at one donut? Yes. If I'm eating vegan junk food these days and I'm not smoking marijuana, I can have a little vegan junk food and stop totally, but in the past I've had harder times if I'm smoking a bunch of weed. Slightly vegan with the $5 donation. That is amazing. I appreciate any vegan drama you can generate. Thank you, Slightly Vegan. That's funny. You're awesome. I really appreciate it. I'll do my best to keep the drama up. All right, you did a donation. I got to keep it real. I got to show you guys I'm not bullshitting here. If you donate, I'll give you special attention. What's some vegan drama? I mean, it's vegan drama that the fucking vegan drama king is in the chat right now, Charles Marlowe, CMC Broadcasting. And here's my little drama. Charles is a pretty cool guy. We had a really good conversation. I honor that he's not like an evil freak of nature, but he has made, I'll say it to his face right here, he has made videos when I was in a relationship with my girlfriend Izzy, where he was like, Izzy might be getting the D from other guys and making up complete random false rumors. Izzy never cheated on me. That's not her personality. And Charles is a troll who I think is bad for the vegan movement, but he's not even vegan anymore. And this dude just makes drama videos about vegans. What a fucking weirdo. But we had a good conversation. What else? Drew, Morg, and Elise are clearly dating. The 2 ex-vegans gone carnivore and some evil plot twist. I think it's kind of weird. I mean, it's not weird. It makes sense, but that's drama right there. Are you thinking about biking in another area of the world? So I've biked I have biked across the United States, coast to coast. I have biked north to south, all of Thailand, all of Malaysia, and Singapore, and I've also biked 1,000 miles around Sicily and Italy. So those are the places I've biked. And then once I bike from North America to South America, and then the other big bike rides to do are biking all of Europe and more of Asia, and then biking Africa, and that would be pretty much the whole world. And I think I will do those other places later in life, but I think I am sick of bike touring. It's just really intense for now in life. So I want to like settle down and have a fruit farm for a few years. And then maybe when I'm in my like 40s or 50s, I'll go back to doing those bike tours. But I think I want to have a different speed of life and chill out a bit. I think he got Jesus-y in prison, right, Charles? Who are we talking about here? Wait, did Izzy muck Mike Arnstein though? What? Izzy doesn't even know Mike Arnstein. Are you and Izzy friends? Yeah, we're total friends. I talked to her literally the other week. We're not like tight, close friends, but we're not like mad at each other. We just check in with each other and see how we're doing pretty consistently. How many times you gonna tell the chat you hate me? They asked for drama. I don't hate you, Charles. You know you're a troll, and I'm just like a much more chill dude. So I'm like, why do you do what you do? But you know, it's YouTube. It's the internet. You're entitled to do it. So I don't hate you. I just I just know that you make fabricated statements constantly off of things that you don't factually know, and that's just crazy that that's like what you're known for. It's like imagine being known for that. It'd be so fucking weird. Um, Now anybody that eats meat is a carnivore? No, no. Not, there's ex-vegans and then there's carnivores. Carnivores don't eat plants. I wonder how much of this stream will be in Charles' upcoming video. I hope so. Do you have any video of your full gear list? I have a full gear list, and if you're interested, you can email me, jackson@plantriotic.com, or on the contact page of plantriotic.com, and you can email me and I'll send you my full gear list. But I do have a video, probably with the name Gear in the title, where I unpack all my bags on my bike and I show you everything I have. I made it about a year and a little bit ago. Do you already know where you want to open your farm? No, because I'm looking for the country that I like best on this trip, and then I'll move there. I think it's going to be Mexico, though. Okay, look, that's all the questions. I'm scrolling, and that's everything. So I'm going to end it there. We've been on here a while. Thank you so much to everyone who contributed in the super chat. That's so awesome that I can make a bit of money in a night ranting to you guys. It's so fun for me. Hopefully you guys got something out of it. Thank you so much for the support. And for everyone that didn't donate and just watched, I appreciate you too. Thank you for interacting. Hope you got something out of this. Go watch my vlogs. I got more videos coming. Interact with me. DM me. Email me. I'll get back to you. If you need anything, if you have any suggestions, whatever. Much love. Dream Extreme. This was fun as fuck. Peace.